All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Lui Diaz Podcast. Today, I'm pretty excited to actually bring a mate of mine to everyone, Daniel Gotlib. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice, cool environment here. Loving it.
Yeah, we're back in Hosier Lane. For those of you that listen to the podcast regularly, I've been here a couple of times now, and I really love this space.
Yeah, very colorful. Lots of exciting people on the way.
Yeah, it's an interesting environment, actually. There was a homeless person just leaving here when I arrived.
Came.
Yeah. And obviously the street artists, like there's someone literally tagging right in front of us right now. But then you've also got this contrast of people that are walking through, like wealthy tourists, business people.
Interesting lane, man.
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't been here for a while. So good to be here. Cool stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, I love it. But welcome, man. I'm extra excited because we're here to talk about you and your life, and we're here to talk about your business and medicinal mushrooms, and we're here to enjoy some coffee and a little bit of puff and a croissant and a cookie that you brought us as well.
Cookie from down the road. Took me a while to find a place, but it was the best place I could find. I found. So
brilliant. It looks good.
We are lucky.
We are lucky. Yeah. So right, why don't you do a quick introduction of yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about you?
I'm Daniel Gotlib. I'm from Israel originally, came to Australia 14 years ago. Migrant here, very spontaneously started to travel Australia and stayed here. And yeah, now I'm like really into mushrooms. I have a mushroom company, functional mushrooms, and yeah, that's it.
It's a hard question to answer, isn't it?
It's a hard question. Also, I think like the more we will talk, people will understand me more than like saying like I don't like too much to, put me into anything.
No, that makes sense. It's hard to introduce yourself, but also, like you said, people will find out more about you as they listen and why you're here.
So stay with us.
But how did we come to know each other? People are probably wondering, and that I reckon it was summer of 2016, 2017.
For sure, somewhere there.
Yeah.
In the summer.
On St Kilda Beach.
St Kilda Beach, you were like running with the skateboard, doing like, and I was like, who is this guy? Like, I see you a few times before we actually
said hi.
Yeah, and I was like, this guy is trying to get chicks or something, or he's like doing like, I don't know, some sort of like, these people who go out and trying to like attraction stuff.
Yeah, like influencers. Is that what you mean?
No, people just go out there and like they do like like trying to get attraction, working on attraction with girls and stuff. I thought you're trying to like pick up chicks, and then I started to see with random people, and I'm like, this is cool, And I think one time we just like skate around each other, and we just like, you told me like you're doing skate lessons.
Yeah,
it's like it's fucking cool.
Yeah, I was doing them for free.
True.
Yep. I did free skate lessons that whole summer.
Wow.
Till about April, before like I was totally burnt out. I couldn't walk properly because I'd skated too much. But yeah, it was an amazing summer, and I met a lot of really great people that I'm still friends with from that summer. Yeah,
I think you interacted with hundreds of people a day, no?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, I do remember why. The beach was really busy one day, and everyone was staring at their phones, and no one was talking. I think it was kind of everyone was on Tinder or something. I don't know. And
could be.
I just thought, I'm going to start doing free skate lessons and see if anyone wants to get off their phones and come do something with a human.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started.
Crazy.
And I started in December, and then went to April and met.
And then you had a channel, I remember, and people like used to like, put videos of you and tagging, and it's like St Kilda, but it's called St
Kilda Beach Skate. It's on Instagram. Yeah. If you go to that one, make sure you go to Lui Diaz Podcast as well.
I think I saw you on Airbnb or something as well, no? You did the Airbnb experience.
I used to do it. Yeah. So that summer
I wanted to do it one time, and I was looking like, what's out there? I was like, I saw you. I was like, that's cool.
Did you?
I wanted to like take people to cafes around Melbourne.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just take them to that.
Yeah. You wanted to be like a tour guide, yeah?
Yeah, for coffee. I really love coffee, and I love Melbourne coffee, the scene. It's one of the things that actually like trigger me to stay here around, in Melbourne. because the weather is definitely not for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the coffee, and then I was like really into it and really wanted to. I didn't do it in the end, but like a million things that I wanted to do in my life. But you know, I saw you there.
Yep.
And it was like cool.
That was a couple of years later because I did it for free that first summer.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later I came back, but I was like, I don't want to do this for free anymore.
Yeah.
I've done my time. You know, I've given my service to the community that summer. Everyone got free skate lessons.
That's it.
Now I'm going to get paid.
Yeah.
And so I went on Airbnb Experience after a friend recommended it to me, and I just kept on going. So it was free.
Yeah, it was popular.
Yeah. I started like charging like $20 per person because
Sure.
I didn't know how to price my lessons.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when it was free, I got all these 5-star reviews, and only 5-star reviews, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I'm 5.0, right, on Facebook. And then when I went on Airbnb, I thought, well, now the price is going to have an effect on the review, surely. So, you know, because it was free before, and now I'm charging, don't charge too much. Just start with $20. And then I was like, oh, I got 10 5-star reviews at $20. Maybe change it to 30. Another few 5-star reviews, change it to 40, right? That summer, I ended up charging up to $90 per person per hour for a skate lesson, and the reviews always stayed at 5 stars.
Yeah, man. I think it's very
Like, money is so subjective.
yeah, but also it's unique. You know, where did you go and had like fucking lessons of like you know, skateboard on Airbnb and people. You know, I think it's different and it's shows.
Totally.
Yeah, I would like definitely go if I could.
Totally. It taught me something about people too, just quickly, because I know you'll be interested in this kind of stuff, being a fan of Joe Dispenza and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that I noticed when I started charging more. The people that I charge less to were, you know,
Less appreciative, or
potentially less appreciative. I'm trying to find the right word.
They don't value you high because you charge low.
Yeah. So they were less appreciative. Like when the hour was up, they were like, "Is that it?" And I was like, "Yeah." But they still gave me 5-star review because, like I promised, I would teach them how to skate. But then as I started charging more, I started to notice that, like what you suggested, people were more appreciative. And it was around the $70 an hour mark where people weren't just paying for my lesson. They were the happiest when they left. And some would even offer to tip me at the end of the lesson. It was like they hadn't paid enough. And I was like, geez, it's so different. Such different levels of gratitude.
That's amazing because this is how you attract quality customers. Because quality customers, people who pay and appreciate. And when you are
Makes sense.
doing $20 an hour, you start to get not so quality customers. Because the quality of you, it's also depending on the quality of the customer.
Yeah.
So if they come, they enjoy, you give them value, you're fun, they like you, they're on a vacation or holiday and they're like, sick, that was like cool experience. And it's worth the money, man.
Yeah,
Because that's something you remember, like you can go to a fucking restaurant and pay $200 and eat it.
Yeah.
And then you just pay $160, you had like with your girl or whatever, and you had like experience that, you know?
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. I knew you would get it. Like it is some...
It's cool. All the psychology of people, business, how people perceive things, you know, it's very interesting to know and understand.
It is.
From a small business owner, you know, point of view, I think it's just like really important to understand, you know, the behavior of the people, you know.
Yeah, totally.
So it's a challenge as well. It's not easy, but
you can't understand everyone, honestly. You think you know people, then someone will come along and surprise you.
Yeah, true. You need to
all
try,
the time.
just try and do and change and pivot, and you know.
Yeah, totally. But you said that you liked Melbourne coffee culture, and I got to say that you brought us these 2 filtered coffees.
Yeah. Filter coffee.
Oh, damn, it was good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know your coffee.
I know my coffee. I didn't know where I'm going to, I must say. And then I saw this place and I was like, yeah, I know these guys. I'm going in there.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of average. So Duke coffee. They use organic coffee, by the way. And just like, I highly recommend.
So,
yeah, nice.
I mean, is coffee part of your business? Because you seem to know your coffee really well.
So I did hospitality for a long time and still do sometimes, you know, casually. And I started a business, mushroom business. So functional mushrooms, mushroom you take on a daily as a daily supplement. You add it to your drinks.
Yeah.
And after a week, 2 weeks, depend on what you need to feel, you start to feel those changes, depends on the mushroom you took. And a lot of people like to add it to relatively flavor beverages.
Right.
So we started with this like mushroom stuff, and then we said, let's make beverages already ready to make. And now we tapped into the coffee world by doing coffee, roasting the coffee in Melbourne, adding our mushroom, grind them for you, bag them for you, and you just get it. So it's like Melbourne roasted and really nice beans and flavors.
Yeah. Are you going to introduce us to these mushrooms that you brought us?
I just got with me 3 mushrooms out of so many.
Hey, you know what? This is not a video podcast, so everyone's going to have to imagine what this looks like.
Yeah, so it's like
really well.
It's a really nice pastel bags, like a pouch bag, really nice looking to the eyes.
Yeah.
So I brought with me the 3, I would say, the most popular ones and most studied. Lion's mane. It's a great mushroom. It looks like a brain. It's the brain mushroom. So basically, it's really help with anything with cognitive function.
Yeah.
So memory and focus, mood, also good for digestion, and it helps with the brain a lot. So it also helps with your sleep.
Yeah.
Got the cordyceps, which is a fungi. It's not a mushroom. It's a fungi.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like an insect kind of.
Like a
weird. It's been in this show Last of Us or something like this, and it's like taking over your body, and everybody now is out there thinking that cordyceps is gonna take over your. So there is like a funny marketing now. Every time you do an ad or something, people are like, as if I'm gonna buy it because it's like gonna take over my life. It's like nah. It's gonna give you lots of energy and really good for libido as well. Lung tonic for people with asthma or people who are just going to the gym, gives you like really good energy. And it also helps to vanish all this like coffee bad stuff that can happen from jitters and slumps, so it just doesn't have this fall, it gives you sustained energy.
Do you mix it in with your coffee? Is that what you do? Is that what people do with it? I gotta admit,
so people either, I like to drink it with water. I like the flavor of it. It's nice. Or you can add some milk or put cinnamon, like make it elixir. I would say most people adding it to their coffee. They do it in the morning. Some people make it in teas, smoothies. You can just sprinkle it on your whatever you cook. Endless option with this stuff. You can just put it in anything really. Because it's water soluble, so it's just like.
And does putting it in boiling water, is that bad for it?
No, it's actually reactivative and it opens it. It's not.
Boiling water tends to mess a lot of things up.
Yeah, but also because this one is dried already and it got extracted, you actually kind of activate it because it's water soluble. So warm water, cold water, it doesn't matter. It will go straight to your bloodstream, and really easy to use, man.
Yeah, I was like, why am I pouring boiling water on my mushrooms? That's probably bad for it, but then you're right.
The only thing that's really bad for them is just like keep them open and let the air goes. They get really sticky because they're like really potent, and then they're like just they're sensitive to air.
Enjoying the episode so far? Be sure to follow us and leave us a review on whichever podcast platform you're listening on. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the episode.
So they have to be sealed.
So you got to keep them sealed, but they can handle boiling water. Got it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But why did you get into the mushroom business? I mean, do you have like a background in health and medicine or something like that? Because you obviously believe in the power of mushrooms for like health benefits, right?
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. So my first interaction with mushroom was actually like psilocybin mushrooms. So like mushrooms that gives you more consciousness and you can trip on or all of this stuff.
So tripping mushrooms.
Yeah, so I was familiar with the mushroom, with the information in the mushroom, with why mushroom is part of us. So I was already very open to the kingdom of mushrooms because mushrooms are varied. There's millions of mushrooms, fungi, things that we don't even know what they are, where they are. We don't know anything about them. We know like literally like a couple of % out of millions, So I came across mushroom products like 6 years ago. I lived in Byron Bay, there's like lots of like people really open to it, and I was trying some, and some gave me better effects, some not, but I got really interested in how it's actually working. So start to research, and then I found that my dad's close friend from the past is like a mushroom specialist.
Really?
Yeah. So I started to talk with him a lot, and he taught me a lot of things on what should I look for in a product, and which one is what, and how they grow on, and all of this stuff. And kept my research and decided to start to follow what I should look for and start to see which one on the market actually tick all the boxes, and I could not find. So I was like, okay, let's start and source it for myself, like, I guess, start to look around.
Yeah, there's just three dudes walking up the laneway blasting some music from there.
Yeah, which I can't even hear because of the headphones, but
yeah, it's good music.
Started to source myself.
Yeah.
I went to different places, companies, different mushroom grows in different places around the world that they are like the natural habitat. So like chaga grows from like birch trees in like Siberia, like people come like with axes and like, this is how you harvest it. So you gotta know where you want to harvest each mushroom and to get it to you in the right way. Extract it, fruiting bodies, start to learn about all of the I would say biology of the mushroom,
It sounds like you've studied. You studied it.
Exactly. So I was super, super intrigued, super curious, got more and more into it. I was taking it, and for somebody with ADHD that had wake up really early, do OSPO, lots of energy, really lots of work. And I started to take the Lion's Mane and the Cordyceps, and I start to feel that I'm much more clear, and I have more energy, and I can do things that I never could do before.
Yeah.
Because I was a little bit, burned out.
Yeah.
And loved it. Start to give it to people in the cafe, either employees or customers, and my family and my mom, and people loved it, and people start to want more. And I'm I gotta get more for myself, for other people, I just can't I can't keep doing this stuff, I have to do it proper.
Yeah.
And then
maybe there's a business in this.
Yeah, and I really felt fulfilled by people literally giving you the feedback that this stuff works for them. You improve their life,
Yeah.
People feel better, how good is that? When
Yeah.
you give something to someone and they feel better and they thank you for that. So I feel
for sure.
This mushroom thing maybe found me, maybe chose me in a way. Does it make sense? I don't know. I can't explain it. But the more I got into this, the more feedbacks I got, the more people who are happy, just give me more and more and more energy to keep going,
Yeah.
And I have an amazing business partner that she's really smart, and she's the organized side of the things. I'm more the ideas, the dreams, the thinking it's 5 years from now, and she was more okay, let's it's good. I love the vision, but we need to also do the things to make it happen. So so it's really good. I feel that if I was alone, man, it was a mess. Because it's just good to have someone that can complete somehow your things you're less good at. And,
I like that. Complete,
and also have a different.
You complete me.
Have a different perspective on things, Imagine you just think that everything you do is amazing, and then you actually no, So
you need someone in your life that can give you a reality check. I was talking to Morgan Bryant. We've done a couple of episodes together now, and she told me a story about one of her best friends. And she wanted to go to Mexico to live because she didn't like Australia. And 6 months later, she didn't like Mexico anymore. She wanted to come back to Australia. It wasn't really that crude, but somewhat like that, just so to keep it simple. And her friend was like, really, don't you think you're running away from something potentially? You know, like that person in your life that checks you,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just not checking you in like a critical way, but getting you to think for yourself,
Mhm.
you know.
It's
I'm going
important
to ask you a hard question, or I'm going to challenge you a little. Yeah.
You have to have this person in your life, I think, because
Yeah.
otherwise you just lost.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I feel anyway for myself. you
No, it
know,
makes sense.
For like someone that needs, because sometimes you just inside your thoughts you think things, and you don't have this. So definitely inside job, and if you don't feel comfortable anywhere, there is maybe you don't feel comfortable in yourself. So this is also, I feel like a lot of people in this world feel this way.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's literally the case. It's a bit hard to say, but
Yeah.
a lot of people
Oh man, for
will
sure, for sure.
not feel comfortable in their own shells, and because there are a lot of distraction out there, and it's so easy to get lost, I reckon, in these years with social media and da.
Yeah.
Um,
I often give social media a very bad rap, but lately I just realised that it is a great way to connect with people that you wouldn't be able to otherwise connect with easily.
Yeah.
So I got to call that out, because the podcast is good for that, by the way. I have a Instagram, and there's people that can message me through there and follow along. People that have heard it on Spotify or Apple, and it's
good for community, definitely.
Yeah.
But also
For sure.
need to understand how to use it and not let it use you in a way, because there are like algorithms and you need to do this and that, and it starts to be like kind of you're running after like an algorithm that rule your life.
Doom scrolling. That's what they call
And
it.
and it's hard. I'm selling products online, so I'm like, I see both sides. I'm like the person that scroll, and I'm also the person who need to kind of get you to buy my product, in the most nicest way, so
But I think, like customers are community as well. So I think you're right. For community, it's brilliant.
yeah.
But you can get lost out there in social media land.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's the hard. And I follow this guy. I don't remember his name. He's got millions of followers, and he explained that he's like, even though he's so big and he's got other people that are doing his social media, he start to realize that each person who does it just start to losing it after a while, because it's Sisyphic mentally to like always be on top of how do I get this attraction and like people to like attention, out there. And it's like, this is the game. If we want it or not, this is how it works,
Yeah.
People scroll, there's like 2 seconds window, and you need to get their attention, otherwise you're not there, man. So I found this it's like a community based. I didn't get too much into it. It's called School. It's like Alex Hormozi. This is the guy that I'm following a lot recently that talk about leads and sales and da.
I know someone that was telling me about that recently. Yeah.
And you create a community in there, and like you can, it's like a chat kind of thing, but you also get incentives on how big your community goes and how much interaction there is in there, and like, it's cool. I didn't get too deep into it, so I can't tell you more than this, but it seems like if there is other ways to be able to create communities out there without being on like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that stuff. All right, we're doing some
photos. I always forget to take photos. You want to take one of me?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. By the way, I'm always listening, so it's fine.
That's all right, man.
Thanks, man.
What a great I never spoken podcast, so it's like my first time.
This is fun, yeah?
Yeah, and it's nice,
Oh, we need to pose now. Oh, by the way, everyone, is someone taking photos of us here for her uni assignment?
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
And you got to pose too. Did you pose?
All right.
All right, we're back.
Man, it was
That was an interesting.
Yeah. Interesting interaction.
Yeah, I think she's very socially not very experienced, and she's also very polite.
Yeah, but good on her for
Yeah.
approaching and persisting on the...
Yeah, gosh, she was persistent.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good on her.
Yeah, what good energy. I love that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I went to a language exchange the other night.
Language exchange.
Yeah, it was like a meetup.
Oh, that's cool. So what?
Yeah.
People coming from different languages?
Yeah. This night was on Thursday night. It was mostly Spanish, and gosh, there was so many. Mostly it's like uni students. I feel like they're all in like their 20s.
True.
But then there's kind of older people, and I go along because I'm trying to improve my Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, I speak a little, but I'm trying to get better. So I go there to try and speak with some people in Spanish, and
That's cool.
I met some people there that are just so charming, so open and charismatic and willing to help, and they need your help as well. They're trying to improve their English.
Of course.
But I thought, yeah, such good energy in people sometimes.
Of course, when people go out there and, I don't know, when I came here, I wasn't aware of anything like that 14 years ago. Man, I landed here, didn't know any English. I had to call my mom, telling her, I had one dictionary, those massive ones.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's a big, yeah.
I'm working with a dictionary. I was I wasn't good at school, but I remember that English class, they were like,
Yeah.
you write the word you don't understand, you convert it to your language, and then you write sentences with those words.
Mm-hmm.
So I just asked my mom to send me these electronic ones. I bought a little notepad, and literally, man, everywhere I went, I had this notepad with me, and just talk to people and stop you. And it was what is this word, da-da-da, and then write it down. And also, my brother was living here as well when I came, so he didn't let me speak Hebrew next to him, which we didn't have Hebrew speakers around.
Right.
So he used to push me,
Right.
you can't speak. He used to ignore me talking our language.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
and then I had to find the ways, find the words. You did iPods weren't exist back then.
Yeah, they
so
did.
iPhones.
iPhone.
Yeah. So when you text people,
had an
you
iPod.
don't have an auto. It's always. You had to press 5 times on the number to get the letter you want, and there's no help whatsoever.
Yeah,
with
like an old
grammar.
Nokia 3210 or...
Yeah, stuff like that, and yeah, dude, this is all in English.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from people worked in a warehouse, didn't know how to do it. I had to call companies to book people to come and collect stock and stuff. I was
Yeah.
working in a warehouse for 3 months. It's learning dimension,
Wow.
words this,
That's
buy this, buy. That was my favorite things. Can I
Yeah.
book this? That was.
yeah.
And then I went into cafes and, I used to go out a bit, meet people.
Yeah.
And learning English from non-English speakers as well.
Yeah,
So
right.
that was fun because I started to have this weird accent. I used to hang out with Venezuelan. I'm
Yeah, okay.
Venezuelan,
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm with Danish. My start to have different accent, and it's
Yeah.
I lived a lot at the start in big share houses with many people from everywhere in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people not speaking even English. So you used to make up your own languages, we had a thing one day. I was I don't know, outside the house, me and a friend in the morning, and it was these parrots coming, and we didn't know how to call them. It was trying to, what do you call it?
Yeah.
A flying coconut. So every time we saw a parrot, look at this flying coconut,
Which
yeah.
bird is that? Do you know what the actual name of that bird is now?
Normal cockatoo parrots. We just didn't know in
Cockatoo.
English. I think so. It was some sort of a parrot, yeah, and that's how we called it, flying coconut. Just for
That's
the
a better name for it. I think that's a better name than cockatoo. The flying
Yeah.
coconut.
flying coconut. Yeah. So
Yeah, we should talk to someone about renaming that bird.
yeah, English is a funny language.
That's what all the people at the language exchange say. They all say English is just weird.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree. It wouldn't be an easy language to learn, in comparison to maybe Italian or Spanish, where the letters are actually pronounced the way that they sort of are phonetically supposed to in the alphabet.
Yeah.
Like an A, it's an A, and a U is a U, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you
English
have
is
words
not.
that you have them in now, but you can't say them in the past, and the past it doesn't apply on them, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
this stuff. But anyways.
I feel for you.
But I'm glad I can speak English.
Yeah, no, your English is not bad now. I think we'll let the audience decide.
Nah, I think it's fucking amazing, man.
It's
For someone who
definitely-
didn't know English, I can
Yeah.
do, I do good, I reckon.
I think you do too. You know what I like about your English? You're just chilled style,
Yeah, I don't know like crazy words too much.
Apart from dimension.
Dimension.
Because in a different context, dimension could be like the third dimension,
Yeah.
the fourth dimension.
Also, this dimension is part of the
Yeah.
third dimension. We are in the third dimension.
Are we? Are you gonna
As
get trippy
perceiving
on?
physical, I think, but if you...
Right. Yeah.
Then you have the quantum field,
Yeah.
fifth dimension, and now you create attraction with the...
Yeah.
What you said, brain waves and...
Yeah.
not brain waves.
I don't know.
Your...
I'm just agreeing.
No, your...
Thought waves? Sound waves?
No, what do you call... There is waves and there is vibration.
Vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, how did we get to talk about vibration?
This is, we should probably come clean with the audience.
Dimensions, vibrations. Yeah, dude. So I
The
feel...
laws of attraction.
Yeah, exactly. Which I love because I believe that we can attract what we want. I'm 100% sure by it. And I think some people are really advanced and they are really good at manifesting and some people less. But I think that there is...
No, apparently you're talking about intentionally manifesting because we all manifest apparently. And
we are a manifestation of our emotions and thoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's subconscious, so if you're having negative thoughts all the time, you're going to have just a negative life.
Yeah.
And you're actually attracting that, but you don't realize that you are.
Basically your subconscious mind that leads the way your conscious perceive. And then you need to tap into your subconscious to feed it the information that you want it to be applied in your physical world. And I read this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy.
Yeah, okay.
Really interesting. Yeah, gives you lots of different ways how to manifest and, reading and saying stuff and then rewrite them and rebuild them and reprogram them into your mind is a very powerful thing to do. And
yeah, like learning a language.
That's it.
Yeah.
Learning you rewire,
Yeah.
This is in general really good for your brain because if you're on constant learning, the
learning parts of the brain will stay active.
Yeah, I heard few people I follow saying that people who live kind of longer, they always were curious, they always learning.
Mm-hmm.
They were always on a learning curve in their life and curious. So that's interesting. And also, do you know Dr. Huberman?
Yeah, yep. Well, he's got one of the biggest podcasts in the world.
Yeah, so he has also something really interesting that I don't remember how it's called. It's something cortex something. When it's getting higher, you basically have the willing to live. And the way you make it always be high is to do things that you don't want to do. So the more things you do that you don't want to do, this curve of the cortex go higher. This mean you have more willing to live and you will live longer.
I see.
Because we normally do shit that we want to do,
Yeah, so if you're constantly pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, it sort of builds this willingness muscle in your brain to grow stronger.
I think that comfort zone, you can do other things that are not in your comfort zone, but you want to do them, you know what I mean? But the meaning here is to do things you don't want to do.
Right,
You're if you enjoy go to the gym and you go to the gym every day, that's not gonna grow your cortex because you like going to the gym.
Ah, shit.
You understand?
I
So
get
you
it,
have to find. This guy that runs for what's his name? Goggins.
Andrew, is it Andrew Goggins?
Something Goggins.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing. This guy running for days. Yeah. So he's not enjoying it. He just do it and he pushing it just because he can do shit that he doesn't want to do, and he doesn't. Apparently, he doesn't enjoy running, and this guy running for days. So keep doing shit you don't want to do, really, because it's the only way to grow. I think this is just the only way, man. You just can't stay comfortable because it's a trap, and it's so easy to, It's easy to say as well, I think it's easier to say than to do, but I think it's fact, till you don't push these boundaries, do the things you don't want to do, I don't think you can grow inside your own shell or get better at something.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, honestly, it's important to push yourself at some stage in your life. And I think when you're in your 20s and 30s, that's the perfect time. You know, you're an adult, you've been granted responsibility, you know, you should be emancipated, and it's time. You're not a kid anymore. Do something outside of that space of knowledge. I'm not going to call it comfort zone.
Yep.
Do something that challenges you in a brutally hard way.
I think in every age is important, you know.
Yeah, no, but you know, like you've got to chill out in life sometime.
No, of course, but also once you're too content there, it just you go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Like,
I would agree. Like I like to refer to and make kind of comparisons with the brain and muscles, and yeah, kind of like what you were saying before. If you don't use a certain part of your brain, it just is gone. It disappears.
I think you got to learn who you are as well and what pushes you and what makes you grow and goggins.
Yeah.
You know, just like find it. I don't know, find who you are and find what pushes you and what you know. Since I opened a business and I'm not into the employer world so much, I feel that I had to grow a lot more, you know, outside, you know, like find a way, you know. All of a sudden I did something for so many years and now I'm fucking like, you know, what do I do? How do I do it, you know? How do I getting out of doing this stuff for so long and just like get out and put yourself out there and learning on your own, how do you say it, on your own skin?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, like, you know, like, because you can like think about doing things forever, but if you don't do and learn it on the go, it's kind of, you know, so I don't know. I feel like after I decided I'm opening a business and go a bit out of the hospitality world and like working, I got out of my shell a lot more, and it's an everyday thing, you know, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought this about you, you know, like you seem very self-confident when I met you. And then, we saw each other on the beach for a few years, maybe 3 years we'd see each other on that beach. And then eventually you were cruising around in your Carver.
I loved it, man, every day.
And, you know, like you just seemed to be flowing and, you know, like, really confident in your own skin.
Yeah.
So I never would have thought you had many struggles, you know, like you always seem just so chill about everything.
Because I think it's part of it's part of our life and what you're gonna now let it like be or what affect your, you know what I mean? Like life is hard sometimes, and I think that I'm also like really good at not showing a lot sometimes, you know. It's like what's going inside a lot of times.
That's typical.
Yeah, but I also enjoying just being like find this fun and good and just be it, you know, with all the struggles and all the stuff around. And I guess you grow, you get to know yourself, you change, all of the above. You start to like kind of float, and the more you grow, the more you understand yourself, the more questions you ask yourself. You ask yourself about yourself, and you know, I feel like it's important.
Yeah, I think people are obsessed with youth today. You know, youth is beauty kind of thing, and there's so much.
There's a lot of beauty in youth, but
there is.
Also, there is beauty in like
experience.
Yeah.
And I think
go through shit.
And that's, I think, the thing that for me has been honestly the best part of aging is that I actually feel like I'm learning stuff.
Yeah.
Important stuff. You know, it's like I'm getting grey.
Yeah.
I got grey chest hairs, just started. That's fun.
Yeah.
But
I also got a couple of grey ones the other day. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
But also
it's confronting.
Nice.
It's confronting.
Yeah.
But then you're like, well, technically I think I'm definitely more life smart than I've ever been. I'm probably still not half as life smart as maybe my audience. But I think you know, part of, for me, the joy of aging, I'll call it the joy of aging, is feel like you're learning stuff.
The
more
learning
about
curve, the learning, this is like what I missed also in my life. I was never wanted to go study stuff, you know.
at school.
Yeah, go to school, was shit at school, was this, but you know what I mean. But you interest in things and you learn them and you learn and you learn and you learn, and this is like, I was always anti-learning in a way until something opens up in me and I was like,
Anti-learning, like
Yeah.
as in anti-education.
yeah, anti-education, like schools and stuff.
Yeah.
You know. And then I found that nowadays there's much more channels you can learn from. You know, Udemy and like other like YouTube and like everything
TikTok.
is so accessible
That's how
and you
people
can
are
learn.
learning TikTok.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. I feel like I think it gives you some sort of a fulfillment that you learn, you grow. You become better, you know. And yeah, sometimes it's scary to do new stuff that you never done, and you know, you gotta start and learn. I guess that's what I enjoy actually the most in the business world, entrepreneurship. You're like always on this journey of learning, understanding how these things goes, what you can do better, you can do better to your customers, how you can get better leads, how to, you know, different softwares or different, you know, ChatGPT, different ways to use tools that we have in the world at the moment. So I don't know. I feel this time of the world is actually good. You know, it's been good.
Yeah. If you haven't already, find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, where you can catch additional content and grace us with your thoughts. Thanks again and enjoy the rest of the episode. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we are in some ways, it's never been a better time to be alive.
Yeah.
In other ways, it's,
So in other ways, it's
challenging.
bad. You know, like economy, politics. Man, it's not.
It's wild.
It's wild out there, and yeah, man, we experienced this wildness a few years ago, and yeah, I don't know. It feels like things happening around us, and we need to stay in tune.
Yeah. The responsibility is on everyone to stay calm
And question. I think that people don't question enough. They have too much trust in what's ruling.
Yeah.
And
authority. Too much
authority.
trust in authority.
Yeah, too much trust in authority. And authority showed us recently a lot of times that, you know, like...
They're not perfect.
They are not so much like really like doing the hard work for you.
Yeah.
So you got to do it for yourself and find the ways and question.
Yeah, there's so many people waking up to, you know, challenge the status quo of things and things like mainstream media at the moment. You know, it's definitely a time of new consciousness. And whether people are wanting to attract it intentionally into their lives or not, I think we're all sort of being forced along this ride of like, something's changing. And I'd say it's, thanks to the internet, I suppose. Finding new ways of connecting people, because before that we were just connected geographically, weren't we? And then the telephone came along, but you couldn't do like conference calls, so you could only really talk to one person.
And then Skype changed the communication world, you know, after chats, you know, it was chats and then video, it was Skype, but it's definitely much more easier today. People like, look at you have your own media channel, and you get people in and people like listening and people like, you know what I mean, you connect people that love things that you know what I mean. And I feel the more people there are there is like more, you know, different ideas, different consciousness, different like ways of thinking. I think more people have channel to express themselves, you know, really like in different ways. That before it was like just, okay, this is channel 1, this is channel 2, and just watch, and now there's million channels and people still watch. But now we can actually watch each other, or anyone that wants to teach anything or share anything can these days. And I can choose what I want to watch which information I want to be part of my life. You know what I mean? Why I need to follow things that forced on me on the channels, on the TV, then I can just go and choose.
Yeah, totally.
If people would see you now, like giving those all smiles out to the people who take photos.
I'm pulling faces at people taking photos of us.
Yeah.
It's actually, I've never had this many people take photos.
Really?
Yeah, well, I've been recording with someone.
True.
It's full on. And like we mentioned before, that girl made us even sign a release form for these photos. I've never been asked to sign a release.
Dude.
Are you kidding? I'm just recording a podcast in an alleyway.
Maybe there's a production podcastiers around now.
Maybe there is. Maybe there's something.
Hunting for a podcaster.
Yeah. Hi to all the potential sponsors of the future out there, and and to my audience. Most importantly, everyone that's listening right now. Fuck yeah! Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
It's nice to have you, and hopefully you're learning something. And if anything, this is just a very chilled vibe, good chat. You know, you got us ready with a little bit of your secret cigarettes. And,
this stuff. There's actually a lot of people around us right now. I'm a bit...
I know. They can't hear us, though. So, like, they're kind of just watching two dudes randomly talking.
They don't hear.
They can't hear us, because we're talking so quiet.
True.
To them, we're quiet.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I like the setup a lot, and I think...
It's like a silent disco.
If you get, to somebody in the city council...
Yeah.
And if you get this, thing designated to you...
A booth. You turn this doorway into a...
Yeah, you do a roller door here and you just you have two couches. I don't know what's behind this door though.
Yeah. There was a guy that walked past literally before you came. And he was like, my moonshine's behind that door. Oh shit, did I just throw someone under the bus?
Shit, the moonshine from the, 40s or something?
Yeah, he said he makes his own moonshine and it's behind this door. And I was like, wait, what? Can I have some? I'm not even drinking at the moment, but I wanted him to, I wanted to see if he was actually for real.
True. And what's happened?
I would have had it. If he said, yeah, here it is, have some, I would have had it and broken my non-drinking thing.
True.
Which was...
Well, how long you don't drink for?
6 weeks.
Oh, nice.
I haven't touched a drop of alcohol for 6 weeks.
True.
Because I was like, shit, I'm getting back into the podcast. I can't be hungover or drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, also it's
my
just
audience deserves the best of me.
That's nice. I like this attitude.
Yeah. Because,
I don't know, it's nice to drink, but also it's kind of not as well.
Yeah, damn. We got some paramedics in the background.
Paramedics around.
And
ambulance on the Hosier Lane.
Got an ambulance. Doesn't look like there was an emergency though. It doesn't. Hopefully, no one hurt themselves. But
I think they take photos for social media or something.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool setting for the ambulance to sort of be in.
Yeah.
There was a guy taking a picture next to it before. But
Hosier Lane.
Where were we? What haven't we covered? I wanted to ask you before actually. Who are you most inspired by? Who sort of do you think you look up to the most in your life?
Wow. Good question, man. Such a good question. No one that's really close to me, but people that I'm at the moment follow recently, business-wise, self-development. That I'm really loving what they do to the world. Is one is Joe Dispenza.
Oh yeah.
Man, this guy is insane.
Yeah.
Changed my life in a way. Have you...
I know about Joe Dispenza's work and teachings, yeah.
Yes.
It's all quantum physics.
Yeah, very interesting way to look at spirituality and meditation and how we basically can create, our own physical world that we want by... He's got a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Oh, God.
So...
What a title.
Yeah, so it's lots of
people aren't going to buy
it's pretty deep, man. It's also super scientific. So sometimes hard to digest, but basically it's we are atoms, that there are like 100% possibilities, and we used to think that atoms are as a physical world, but there is like we are fully non-physical, and then you can tap into the quantum field that you get through a thought alone. Then how when you really want something and you're really excited and you kind of want to go to pee, this is a signal that your body is going to manifest it. Normally it's really happening.
Wow.
Because it's such a hard, you give such a strong signal to your body of this whatever was in your head that you're super excited, and you saw it in your eyes, and your body signals that it's going to be manifested. Interesting, and also you need to get more deep into it to really understand, and it's a different concept, but it's good because it gives you scientific facts about how spiritually we are, and how we can tap into places, fifth dimension. How you really want something, you want this job, and you don't even need to do a CV, it just comes up to you, or I don't know, you get all of these opportunities in life that you really wanted, and they just come to you. This is what's called the fifth dimension, and tapping into it, it's amazing.
It's so funny you mentioned that.
Wish you can do it all the time. You know what I mean? You need to practice it. It's not that you're like tomorrow, but it's definitely there, and I definitely use it for when I'm in a good spiritual place. And sometimes I'm not, and I don't practice it, but it's worked for me a lot of times in my life. Both ways.
No, I love that. I'm the same, similar.
It's really good.
And I do really love Joe Dispenza's work. It's so fascinating. He talks about awesome. Hey, we just picked up a listener in the alleyway.
Damn, we picked fear, no?
Yeah, I think I've manifested that.
Definitely did that.
I'd like some more listeners, please.
And I'm here, man. So I'll bring you some.
I think it's you. It's the vibe.
Nah,
it's the weed.
Yeah, it's us. It's the
cookies.
Mush Mush.
Oh, it's the Mush Mush.
Yeah,
Thank you, by the way. You brought those for me as a gift.
Yeah, so you gotta use them. You gotta use them daily.
Yeah.
All right. So just make sure to be very important to be consistent. And this is what teaches me as well to be consistent. Because if you wanna see changes from it, you just need to use it.
What's the best time in the day to take mushrooms?
It's varied. Depends on the mushroom. Most of them you can take any time of the day. Cordyceps is stimulating, but in a nice natural way. It doesn't buzz you like caffeine. And if you put it in your coffee, it's eliminate all this like stuff that you get from the coffee.
The jitters.
Reishi, people loves to take for sleep, few hours, calming your nervous system, regulate ongoingly, doesn't matter when you take it, it's regulate your circadian rhythm. So basically all your sleeping stages makes it like nice and healthy, so your REM sleep is longer, you're deep.
Oh man, I need that.
You get this, so you get this like regulated, so also easier to stay asleep and to go to bed, because it's regulated circadian rhythm, so it's by the nature. So
oh man, you know what, speaking of this, and I don't know why I didn't mention this earlier, but we've jumped around a lot. We got a little bit distracted at times, but I saw
heaps of time.
I saw on Netflix. I watched on Netflix.
Fantastic Fungi.
Fantastic Fungi.
Damn, that's a good one.
Oh, and you learn all about the mycelium.
The mycelium, and how it's recycled, and how you can get rid of literally rubbish, toxin, cleansing. Apparently mushroom migrate from the water, from the sea to the earth, and fed by minerals of rocks. So broke the minerals, and it's a whole kingdom, It's like animal and plants. It's like fungi. And they're fascinating, and they just, microdosing, for instance. Psilocybin now in the States, people like doing like, I have a friend in the States that this is what she does. She's like she takes you on a trip, and she's like a therapist. Taking you through the psilocybin, through the journey inside you, and it's like people who has like mental issues, people who are about to, going to die, unfortunately, and need to deal with life. Yeah, that's super interesting, like how it can affect mental health, man, mental health, you know. I think too many people taking antidepressant these days, and I just feel like it's too easy on the trigger with giving out this stuff for people to deal with their mental health, and I feel that there is other different ways to tap into this issue. And
Yeah, for sure. Even exercise, exercise, walking, sunlight, fresh air.
super important, man. Like, I'm trying to go out and
Makes
I
sense.
first wake up for like 20 minutes out there, just to see the sun. No sunglasses,
Yeah.
just going out there. You cold?
Oh, a little,
Yeah.
but no, not too bad. Just going to stick my hand down my pants. It's always warm down there. Oh, that's so good. It's like when you're in the water and you pee in a wetsuit.
Wow, it's the best.
How good is it?
Best feeling, man. It's like few seconds of happiness.
And then back to cold water again.
You get this like wave of warmth that
Yeah.
hugs you,
Yeah,
and then you're back again on the boat. It's all good.
Yeah.
You're wet anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to clean the wetsuit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, give it a good wash.
Wow, man. I haven't surfed in ages.
You surf?
It used to, not like crazy.
Where did you
but-
learn how to surf? Was it here?
Yeah, I learned in Crescent Head. Have you been?
Where's that?
Dude, this place is one of the really special places. It's like it's sort of Coffs Harbour. You know Bellingen?
Yeah.
Central Coast, man. It's like a little town that on a national park, so not many people can live there, and you have like 5-6 points of people to surf. And it's this is where I learned. I met a dude there that is local, Ben. I lived in my car in like this behind the place that they used to do like surf lessons.
Yeah.
And I met this guy Ben and become friends, and then he used to come take me out to the surf and teach me how to surf. I used to give him, I don't know, like $20-$30. He used to come in the morning with coffee with the boat,
Yeah.
and then this is where I learned. We get a lot of attraction today.
Cheers.
Follow us, huh? Mush Mush.
Yeah, Mush Mush.
The Lui Diaz Podcast.
That's it. You should have brought your own sign. You should have a sign. You should bring a sign with you. It says Mush Mush.
I didn't have, man. Maybe some samples I could bring out, but
Yeah, we're definitely meeting a lot of people today, that's for sure. But, yeah, I mean,
heaps of people in the city today.
yeah, we talked about your inspirations, and then we talked about myceliums,
Mushrooms.
We've talked about pretty much as we could, I'd say. But also, I think there's something that you're not telling us. Yeah. What do you really want to share in this time of your life? What if you were listening to you in 10 years' time? What would you wish you had talked about? You're like, Daniel, you should have talked about that.
In 10 years?
Yeah. If you were
In
just-
this podcast?
Yeah.
I would say that I would love to encourage more people to do whatever the fuck they want,
Okay.
and to stop being distracted and listen too much to their, monkeys or people. And if you really believe in yourself and in something that you passionate about and you want to do, go for it. Just go for it. Don't think too much.
Yeah.
Start somewhere, start small, and learn all the time. Learn, pivot, learn, because it's an ongoing learning curve that you need in your life. And get out of your comfort zone, because, I think this is the biggest message I want to give to people.
Yeah.
To encourage them, I don't know, I feel like...
Hi. Yeah, sure.
Wow, Luis is like the most popular man here on the street.
No, it's you. It's all you.
Thank you. You are handsome.
Yo, handsome. Photos.
Yes, photo.
Getting lots of photos here, selfies.
See you later.
Nice.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you. It's busy today, huh?
Yeah, dude, nice. So yeah, man,
Did she tell me I was handsome? That was nice.
Yeah, dude, nice one. Man,
Why did she run away so quickly? That's
I think
nice
she's
to hear.
still around, no?
Could be.
She'll be back to
Hopefully.
look for you. She's
Wow.
like,
She
I'm
was
gonna
gorgeous.
come by myself. Like coming alone, you know. She put the family in the hotel and she's coming back, for Lui. She already followed you. She probably messaged you already.
I hope so.
Yeah, dude. She's like, hey, it's me.
Anyway,
I
I've got to behave myself.
told you you are handsome, remember?
She was very attractive as well. I mean,
Mm.
I'll write
Yeah.
back at you. That's what I mean to say,
Mhm.
as a compliment, And I think, you know what? I think more people should tell each other that they're good looking,
Of course.
You're a handsome man.
To give compliments, definitely.
I think
It's important to
you
give.
are definitely handsome, man.
You too, brother.
I think,
We are.
yeah.
Look what's
I
going
have-
on
I have
around us.
good,
man.
I have a good angle, one good angle. I'm not handsome, I just have one good angle. I think
What is it? Your
it's
left?
kind of like,
That's why you
Yeah,
sit
up
this
or
way?
left.
Like,
yeah, of course.
you never sit here?
No, I like to give my guest the higher ground.
Ah,
That's
true.
actually
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I'm very hospitable.
Yeah, you are,
Because
man.
over here, there's level ground, right?
hmm It's really cool, man. I
Yeah.
think we are in a lot of people's photo galleries
Yeah.
in their iPhones.
I would say so.
And some people, nobody really delete them, so they'll be like in 5 years they'll scroll and they'll be, remember I've been on this
Yeah,
like
I
ocean
should
and
do-
these two guys did a podcast, you know?
It's a shame that I'm not doing video for this podcast yet because there's just so many people walking past today. I wish people could see it's been very random. I've never been stopped this many times by this many people and for the weirdest reasons as well.
Yeah, man, today was like different.
Yeah.
But, well, man, if you have video here, I think it's like a different level because, man,
I think I need a co-producer for that.
this place is lots of foot traffic, man.
Yeah.
So it's moving, things
Yeah.
happening, It's nice.
Yeah. Maybe I should get a GoPro or something. Yeah, I think that's right.
There is this
Used to have one. DJI.
DJI, they have this little one now,
Expensive though, like
700,
$800.
yeah. 800.
It's like,
But dude, you can put it
but I mean,
anywhere.
if you lose that,
Yeah, it's easy to lose, man. I'm
Because
for
it's
me,
so
it's too. I lose everything, man.
yeah.
Seriously,
I've lost my AirPods about 6 times, and every time they're right where I left them.
Really?
Even in public places.
shit.
People just don't steal them. for
I
some
stopped
reason.
using AirPods.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have only wires now.
I've heard about things, but they seem to extract the wax out of my ears as well. So like
The AirPods, the other ones.
they pull the AirPods out, the wax,
Who does?
the AirPods.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there's tons of wax in them.
true.
Oh yeah, my ex-girlfriend's AirPods used to have so much wax in them.
Oh, I know. I don't know, man. I also saw mine that it is like, damn.
Yeah.
And I don't like to clean. I don't clean my ears as well with these things. I have like this spray. I don't put this shit in my ears. The what do you call them?
You're alternative.
Cotton.
You are alternative. Everything is alternative for you. Alternative media, alternative ways of thinking, alternative
Well,
health, alternative ear cleaning.
Yeah,
That's you.
look, because it's
There's nothing. I'm not that I'm saying there's
No,
anything wrong with it.
Of course not. I think only good, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, I mean, saying that it just doesn't feel natural to put something in your ear and like,
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
not
You're right.
comfortable. It feels always that you go like a bit, So spray it, and it just goes down out naturally, and don't need to.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Naturally you would think that stuff's pushing it further into your ears because it's like a prod.
That's what it
Not
does, man.
anything.
That's what it does. They just make you like blocking your ears even farther and farther, and like, it just.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like weird, man. Weird stuff.
Yeah.
I think I have. Hello.
Yeah.
Um,
Stop, follow, like, subscribe,
subscribe, share.
share.
Share is the best. The algorithm wants the share, because the more people sharing,
Ooh, yeah.
it creates this like, it pushes you. It gives you more life on shelf
Sharing
life.
makes sense.
Shelf life in the Instagram shelf
Yeah.
on the people feed.
Yeah, sharing's probably the best thing to measure, right?
Yeah.
Because
And saves.
saves, yeah. People think that it's worthwhile watching again or multiplying it amongst their community.
Yeah.
So that's like, oh yeah, if someone likes something, it could just be that they like it, but when they share it, they're like, other people need to see this.
Of course. That's what's good for the algorithm
So
as well.
like, subscribe, and share.
Share, guys. Share. Share.
Yes, it's on Spotify.
Subscribe, share. Share the
Cheers.
love.
Yeah, no, this is funny because like we're just having a conversation, but then I realized, wow, there's a lot of people stopping today. And what do you say? You can't have a deep conversation because I'm in the middle of a chat with you. But if there's one thing, it's like follow. So maybe we can chat later and share and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
but
fascinating.
it's nice to also have this kind of
interaction.
interaction, stopping a little bit,
Yeah.
more natural, more.
Yeah.
But man, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've already given us your last real bit of wisdom and advice as well, I think, before.
I hope.
Yeah. I think it's definitely been good chatting with you and getting to know more about you and sharing your story and sharing more about how you got into mushrooms and your general ways of thinking and feeling and being and, the alternative kind of lifestyle that you've chosen for yourself as well, from being an entrepreneur to, using natural products and, listening to Joe Dispenza and that. Yeah, I think it's just sort of like a testament to you as a character that you like to think outside of the square just to see how things feel out there and be inquisitive and curious and try new things. Yeah,
that's sums up. Yeah,
Sums
pretty
it up.
good. Pretty good, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I
Pretty good.
appreciate that.
It was so nice to be here.
I've had like 40 other episodes before you that I've learned how to.
Because look, the more you do it, man, the better you get. The more you understand how to take the right parts and to you get skilled. Start to be skilled, and it's amazing, dude. I love it for you, man. And you always been, I told you before, like always been doing stuff, outside of the norm,
Yeah, totally.
So I really, get inspired by it,
Oh, thanks, man.
and it's really encouraged me to keep going, to do what I love. And yeah, dude.
No, it's great, man. I mean, yeah, you're inspired, and thank you. I
Good on
appreciate
you.
that.
Good on you.
I appreciate that. It's nice. It's nice to hear. You hope that through the challenges and the years of life,
The
that
doubts.
you can have maybe, a positive impact on someone. Not as a selfish thing, but as a thing where like, here's something that I learned that I'm going to give to you and compliment you and wish you well in your life, so that you give back something
Yeah, that's
to the
amazing. Man.
universe. You give something back to the earth that supported you.
That's true. And people appreciate it, man. People, I think, more and more appreciate, that people doing and giving and, sharing, and that's amazing.
Yeah. But honestly, man, it's been so nice chatting with you. Thanks for...
Thanks for having me, man. It's really cool space. So guys, come to Hosier Lane.
Yeah.
What, every Saturday?
You'll find me here often.
Often.
Yeah.
Cordyceps?
He's doing a sale.
Follow Mush Mush.
Follow.
Mush Mush.
Follow us on Instagram or check us out. Mush Mush.
Okay, Lui Diaz, I follow him.
Follow Lui Diaz and follow Mush Mush too.
You have two, man. My wife and me.
Oh, brilliant. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Ciao.
Nos vemos.
Well, I think that was us trying to wrap up the podcast, and I think thank you for your compliments and thanks for your time and your conversation, and I just want to say thanks to the audience for sticking with us through all this. I'm going to do my best to edit it down as much as I can, so that least distractions. But thanks for listening, and
Maybe do it.
just leave it unedited.
Maybe just go raw.
Good dude. But Daniel, appreciate your time. Thank you, brother.
Cheers.
We'd love to know what you thought of that episode of the Lui Diaz Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and even TikTok to let us know. And be sure to follow, subscribe, and leave us a review on Spotify, where you can catch some of our other really great episodes. Thanks for listening, and catch you next time.